What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RaceDudes.com. The big day is finally here, I guess I should say. Let's talk about Breeders Cup Friday to kick off the videos this week. Man, what a big day it's going to be on Friday. The juveniles take center stage in the biggest race of all, the Breeders Cup Juvenile itself. Let's talk about it. Let's go through here what we're going to do. It seems like a pretty wide open event this year. I think, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Sometimes these horses don't project all that well when it comes to races like the Kentucky Derby, and sometimes they do. I think you got a field here that everybody's good. Nobody's like unbelievably good, but everybody's solid. So we'll have a field of 11. It's going to be race 8 on Friday, November 3rd at Santa Anita. Like I said, Breeders Cup Juvenile, going a mile and 16th. They're running for $2 million. That's the purse for this one. Look, I didn't reinvent the wheel here, but I did take a horse that I think is going to be the biggest price out of the, quote unquote top 4. I went number 4, Timberlake on top, which was kind of a surprise to me going into this. I didn't really think Timberlake would be my pick. I ended up going with him. You look at the replays of this horse, and that's the reason why. Forget about the first race of his career. He got 6th. It was a non-effort, slow start, just didn't get going. Second start at Ellis Park, going 7 furlongs. Dominant. So dominant that I made him the top choice in the hopeful 2 races back. I think everybody looks at that hopeful and says, boy, they all were just really disappointing. None of them really ran all that well. This one, Timberlake, I'm talking about, I thought actually ran extremely well. When you go back and watch this again, he was sitting just off a pace that was incredibly fast. He was inside horses. He never really got room to run. He was covered with dirt by the time this race was over. He finally got room to run. He beat everybody that he could see. He was in front. But Nutella fella way out in the middle of the track passes him late. I don't think Timberlake ever even really saw that horse. I think if horses know if they win or lose, I think Timberlake thought he won that race. So I thought he was pretty good. You go back to the Champagne last time out, I know it was a sloppy track. He just dusted that field. He just totally dominated them. I think he's going to run his best race yet on Breeders' Cup Friday. I'm going to go with Timberlake. He's 4-1 on the morning line. I think he'll float up a little bit from that. So number 4, Timberlake on top for me. After that, I got, I had to debate, go back and forth. I went number 2, Prince of Monaco in second. I think this horse is pretty darn good. I think the pace setup's going to set up pretty well for him. You look at the race 2 back, which was his best. Muth and another horse set a really fast pace, and Prince of Monaco just beat him, just went by him without any problem. I think his best trip is when he tucks back and kind of, isn't that close to the pace. Because you look at his race last time out, pace was a little slower. He fell a little bit closer to that pace. It was a little bit more of a struggle for him to get by. But I think the pace sets up for him well. I think Flavien Prat takes him mid-pack, makes one move. I really think the 2 and the 4, my 2 top choices, will kind of be side by side in the early parts of this race and kind of make their move together. So 4-2. I did go number 10, Muth in third. I was pretty impressed with his last race in the American Pharoah when he set off the pace. I mentioned 2 back. He got involved in a pace duel and just didn't have much left on the stretch. He stretched out really well in his third start. He sat off the pace a little bit, and he just kind of mowed him down. I think he's pretty good. I don't think he's like a world beater by any stretch, but I think he could show up here and be pretty tough. And then finally, the number 6, Locked, is who I'll have in fourth here. Morning line favorite for this race. We'll see if that actually happens. Has been 3-5 in both of his last 2 races. Had a nice maiden special weight win at Saratoga, and then jumped up to the Breeders' Futurity, won by a half length. Kind of grinded his way, getting by the Wine Steward late. I'm not absolutely in love with this horse. That's why, as the favorite, I'm going to put him in fourth because, I'm not going to be shocked if he wins, but I don't think he's Forte, the horse that won last year for Todd Pletcher. I don't think he's that kind. That being said, I don't think there's a cave rock in this race either, that Forte really had to work hard to beat. So I think Locked is in with a shot. I just don't want to play him to win, at what might be a shorter price than the rest of these. So to recap what I think is a really good betting race, I like the number 4 Timberlake in front here. I'll put him in first. Number 2, Prince of Monaco in second. The number 10, Muth in third. And the number 6, Locked in fourth. So 4-2 10, and 6 as we go to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile this year. It's going to be a fantastic race. I can't wait for this one. It should be a lot of fun. All right, guys, stay tuned to the Breeders' Cup channel for all kinds of videos on the Breeders' Cup, including Magic live from the Breeders' Cup, live from the roof at Santa Anita, giving you the most accurate information that you're going to find. Why is it the most accurate information you're going to find? Because he's there. He's there live in person with the binoculars, keeping an eye on every single horse entered in the Breeders' Cup. The most accurate information on the internet is provided by Mr. Magic up there spotting horses for us as we lead up to the Breeders' Cup. All right, guys, that'll do it. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit subscribe if you really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do videos like this. Most importantly, good luck if you're betting this year's Breeders' Cup.
RacingDudes.com is your home for the best free picks for every race, every track. It's Breeders' Cup season, and we've got wall-to-wall coverage of the World Championships. Subscribe to YouTube.com/RacingDudes right now. Click the notification bell. You never want to miss a single video. Want to make money betting horses? Bet with the Racing Dudes.